As entrepreneurs, it sometimes happens that we have planned something for the week or for the day. We have some goals to fulfill, but comes the end of that period and nothing happened, or way less happened than what we wanted. In this episode, I want to share with you a technique that I find very useful in order for this to be in control. So that's when you don't reach your target for the day or for the week, you know exactly why, and you can correct that for the following week. This is based on my experience of today, where I made a strategic choice to prioritize a certain activity over another. And if you want to know more, please keep watching. And as usual, let's rock! Welcome to episode 113 of Peaceful Productivity Technique, where I help you refocus, perform like a rock star, and grow your business peacefully. My name is Arnaud CZ. I'm a productivity and focus coach. And today we talk about internal content versus external content. And really, it's going to be a short episode. It's late. I've created content the whole day. I'm tired. I still want to show up for you and add some value, but let's keep it short. So when we think about content, we tend to think, as I was mentioning last week, about, social media posts, video, blogs, things like that. But there's also this whole other side of content, which is more internal. What do I mean by that? Internal content is content that you need to build your system, your process as an online entrepreneur. But that's not necessarily directed towards new people or people who never heard of you before. Let's speak more concretely. Today, I've reviewed 4 pages of my website so that the team can rework on them. All of that is content. I've recorded 1 new video for one of those pages. That took me a lot of work, and that's also content. But this video will never be on YouTube. And I've also reworked part of the book. Yeah, because this weekend I used ChatGPT and I wrote a book. I've wrote the whole book and I reviewed manually 2 chapters that will soon be available. That's also content. I'm sharing all of that to you because, as we are interested in being productive and focused, we tend to forget that a whole bunch of things that's taking our time and energy is invisible or doesn't enter into our traditional KPI of how many clients did I reach out to, how many pieces of content did I put out there, how many sales calls did I have this week. All those things we can measure. And sometimes when the numbers are not there, we're like, what the hell did I do? I feel like I was productive and nothing happened. Well, it might be because, you were focusing on invisible thing or process or system building thing. And that's what I was doing today. So here's one thing that I recommend all my clients to do that I will share with you because I think that's useful. Make a list of all the projects of your life. Start with maybe the most obvious projects, the thing that you do for money, your hobbies, but then continue by adding all the projects that typically one doesn't think about as project. If you spend time with your kids, that's a project. If you spend time with your spouse or with your boyfriend or girlfriend, that's a project. If you spend time dating, that's a project. If you spend time, walking in the woods, that's a project. If you take care about your family, literally or just by having regular calls with your parents, that's also a project. So if you take a moment just to list all the projects that are in your life at the moment, really try to put everything that's taking time and energy into this list of projects. And you'll see that typically when I do that with my clients, it ranges between 15 to 35 and even more in some cases. And I think that's important to be aware of that because it can provide a lot of relief. Why didn't I make progress on, why didn't I have just 3 sales calls last week? Well, maybe because you were all in on the project of spending time with your kids, or with the project of going to the gym, or with the project of taking care of your flat. And being aware of what's going on in your life is actually the first step to take some real decision and prioritizing more, right? Because then you can be like, well, I can have 5 more sales calls every week, but that will mean 2 hours less with my kids every day. Am I ready to pay that price? Maybe yes, maybe not. Depends what situation you're in your life. So I guess that's the call to action for this week, guys. Look at all the projects, list all the projects that are constituting your life, and try to find out which one are eating more or less time, and compare that with, is that really how you want it to be? And as usual, if you want to have 7 great days per week so that each of those projects move faster and that you can feel more productive and fulfilled 7 days per week, go to peacefulproductivity.coach/7 days to get my free cheat sheet, 7 great days per week. I've talked about it in every episode until now, so I'll skip the pitch for today. It's awesome. It's free. Go get it. peacefulproductivity.coach/7 days. And let me know in the comments or in a review if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, which project did you realize was taking you more time than it should? Let me know in the comments. I appreciate your support. I appreciate the comments, the feedback I receive on this show. And I wish you a great rest of your week. And as usual, peace.